Okay, right. Ookami, Okami. This is already so pretty. Look. Oh, he's pretty. I love the music, too. It's already won me over. Okay. Well, this is it, isn't it? I press my palm against the counter, feeling its every imperfection worn smooth by years of care. Every step in these halls, every creak in the floorboards, I've memorized them all. After tonight, none of it will belong to me anymore. Strange. I thought I'd feel sadder. I spent a lifetime here, and now I'm too old to take care of it. A ryokan without its keeper is just an empty house waiting to be forgotten. How many times have I cleaned these counters and mopped these floors, greeting guests who came and went like fleeting whispers? I wondered if I would ever find someone to walk these halls with me, not just pass through them. Someone who would wake up beside me every morning. But no one stayed. No one made an impression. I made my way towards the onsen, my knees protesting with every step. I should have let myself enjoy my life more. A persistent thought haunted me, refusing to fade away even in the quiet moments after the guest had departed. Did I live well? I spent my youth building this place, holding on to it with everything I had. And in the end, there's no one left to hold on to me. So, that's the real regret. Well, it's too late to dwell on it now. I brace a hand against the wall as I push myself upright. My back cracks and I force myself to stand with a groan, but my foot slips. There's a moment of weightlessness, followed by a sharp crack as the back of my head meets the stone. Then, cold. Water rushes over me, pulling at my limbs. My fingers grasp for an anchor, but meet only emptiness. As the world blurs and my vision tilts, I catch a glimpse of the stream swirling above, rising into the night sky that feels infinite and dark. Perhaps in another life. My head feels like someone's hosting a drum circle in there. I inhale, hoping to be greeted by the cozy scents of aged wood and warm sake. But instead, what is that smell? Salt, fragrant smoke, and sweet aroma of osmanthus? Instead of my dimly lit ryokan room, I see red, a bridge covered in mist. This isn't my ryokan. A sharp chill sinks into my spine. I died, didn't I? The Red Bridge of Souls. I've heard the stories. A place between. A crossing for lost souls. And here I am on a bridge between a life already lived and whatever comes next. But why does everything sound so loud? I can hear whispers, low murmurs, the occasional laughter. Seriously, my ears are starting to ache. Wait. Ears? A creeping suspicion settles in. I lift my hands. Those aren't my hands, are they? My fingers are slender, smooth, sharp nails, sharper than I remember. Claws? My breath catches. I stare at my arms, my legs. No more wrinkles. No more gnarled knuckles. No more aching bones. Instead, I am youthful, glowing, radiant. Oh my. My jaw drops. I pat down my arms, firm. I press a hand to my stomach, flat. I chill higher. No way! My hands fly to my chest. They're perky? By the spirits above, I have breasts again. Perky, full, no sag, no back pain. This is a miracle. These are the breasts of a woman in her prime, not a retired ryokan owner who needed at least 2 layers of fabric and a prayer to hold him up before. But before I can fully appreciate this cruel miracle, something moves behind me. No. Oh, cute! I turn my head slowly. A tail. A red furred tail sways behind me, wagging. Oh. My hands tremble even more, trying to make sense of everything. My skin, my tail, my lack of... Oh! I'm naked! I am as bare as the day I was born, but with a tail, claws, and apparently some kind of breast enhancement. Oh no. A breeze rolls across the bridge. My entire, very exposed, freshly revived, nobody was supposed to see this body prickles. Stay calm, stay dignified. But of course, there is no dignity left to be had. I love that artwork. I crouch down, wrapping my arms around my knees and curling my tail around myself like I'm trying to create a makeshift modesty shield. But I am not alone. I hear footsteps. No, more like claw steps, followed by rustling robes, and then something that sounds suspiciously like skittering. I do not turn to look. Absolutely not. I am not entertaining whatever fresh horror that was. Ooh. A shadow looms behind me. A robed figure glides past, does a double take, and then slowly backs away. Another one, sporting a long serpentine tail, grins at me, showing off a mouthful of sharp teeth. I pretend I didn't see it. Okay, breathe. Red bridge, spirits, rules of death. And I am surrounded by spirits. Possibly man-eating spirits. I will not be making eye contact with anything that looks like it might eat me. Deep breath. Focus. I've handled rowdy nobles, drunken guests, and several matchmaking attempts. I can handle this. Alright, first things first, clothes. And then I figure out what in the world just happened to me. I push myself up, careful, composed, and... New arrival, huh? Cute tail. Followed by a burst of laughter. I'd rather die again. Alright, steady. My fingers twitch and my instincts whisper, lower yourself, move gracefully, prowl. But no, my dear, I'm a lady of refinement. I spent my life walking with dignity, grace, and a fair amount of back pain. I do not prowl. Come now, old girl, you've handled worse than this. I steel myself, back straight, chin up. Oh no, too fast. Suddenly, gravity remembers I exist. The bridge vanishes, the lanterns blur. The night air rushes past me like a betrayal. Not this again. Water again, but this time it feels different. I seem to be breathing underwater. An improvement from earlier, but also an insult. Didn't I already drown today? I feel like I should get a free pass on the second one. But before I can decide to stay here out of sheer stubbornness, the water stirs. A hand grabs me with a firm grip that says, "Stop embarrassing yourself and get out of my river." Before I can properly swoon at the sheer commanding nature of it, I'm pulled upward. My head breaks the surface, and finally, I see him. Oh my. Now, I've seen many men in my life. Strong men, handsome men, men who paid extra for the private onsen package. But this one, he is something else entirely. White hair slicked against sharp, sculpted features. Mask covering a tall, broad figure clad in heavy robes, looking every bit like an ancient spirit who has been reluctantly saddled with bodyguard duty. His breath is steady, but I see the exhaustion in his stance. He looks like an old war banner, torn, faded, but still standing out of sheer spite. Which is still terribly attractive, by the way. And then, I feel warmth. His outer kimono draped over my shoulder, his hand lingering just long enough to ensure it stays. My. It's been quite some time since I was last embraced by a handsome young man. And with such grave solemnity, too. You alright? Oh, yes, just to go straight into it. No, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. How fortunate that you were here. I place a hand over my chest. He watches me, unreadable behind his mask, before nodding slightly. Can you walk? More than I ever have before, actually. He slowly extends his hand. Come, I will help you cross. Well, since you're insisting. I take his hand. This man's grip is steady, warm, with a quiet kind of carefulness. And together we walk. This is a dream, isn't it? Does it feel like one? I hum, observing him as if he were an interesting specimen. Well, well, I can tell he's beautifully exhausted beneath that mask. I don't know. Rather intriguing for a dream. His grip on my wrist tightened slightly. Ah, that got a reaction. Because it is not a dream. Oh? I was hoping this was the part where you swept me off my feet and declared yourself my spirit husband. Yes! He huffs, clearly regretting pulling me out of the water. You're a yokai now. The words hit me like a ladle of cold miso down the back. I thought as much, but hearing it said aloud. Ah, so this is real then. Kimono River, yeah! Well, Akine, you have two choices. Fall into an existential crisis or flirt your way through it. I blink up at him deep in thought. I'm gonna play hard to get, thank you. We're not gonna street it, thank you. How odd. I didn't know that turning into a yokai means getting a makeover. His exhale is quiet and contemplative this time. Like I said, you're a yokai now. An Okami, great wolf deity. Huh. That explains the tail then. I flex my fingers, turning them over, noticing the sharpness of my nails. My tail wags behind me as if it's testing the weight of my words. Or maybe I'm just that happy to see the man in front of me. Fascinating. Most new arrivals take this less well. There's a hint of curiosity in his voice, as if he's waiting to see if the delayed panic will setting in. Well, I was an old woman minutes ago, and now you are not. Are you certain I wasn't just gifted with an incredible youth elixir and terribly dramatic fur accessory when I came here? This time, he pauses as if he's trying to process my ridiculousness. Yes. Pity, that would have made an excellent onsen spa package. He has no answer to that. All right. So it's true then. I died with unfinished business and came back all supernatural. Humans do not become yokai without cause. Let me guess. Strong emotions, right? The classic cocktail all in one: desire, longing, and a splash of regret. They always say intense feelings linger after death, and I was practically soaked in it. You understand, then? I curl my fingers into the fabric of the kimono around me, grounding myself. It's real, heavy, like the weight of everything I couldn't let go. I didn't want to die alone. That was my final thought. For a moment, only the river answers me. It was powerful enough. Oh well, all that yearning and I end up in a damp kimono with a masked stranger and amazingly good shoulders. So this is what becomes of women who want too much, or simply enough to refuse fading quietly. Not a denial, nor an answer either, but close enough. I spent my entire life running a ryokan, only to die and become a yokai. Some might call that a bit on the nose. Oh well, alright then, what now? You decide that. A remarkably casual response for something that should be an important revelation. As simple as that. Yes. After all, even as a yokai, it's still your life. Ah, so it comes with free will. Excellent. I was hoping this wouldn't be one of those ominous bound to an ancient curse situations. It's a faint smirk tugging at the corners of his mouth. Disappointed? Devastated? I looked past him at the mist-covered bridge ahead. And where exactly were you headed before I made my graceful descent into the river? Home. Home? And where might that be? There. He lifts his chin slightly, and as if on cue, the mist moves to reveal a structure at the end of the bridge. Is that a ryokan? Yes. A ryokan in the spirit world? Indeed. And you live there? Yes. I cross my arms, sizing him up. He's as unreadable as ever, but something about his tone is humoring me. With rooms? Yes. And is one of those rooms just so happens to be empty? He shifts ever so slightly, realizing that he has walked straight into whatever trap I have set. Perhaps. Oh dear, very fortunate for me. His arms cross over his chest, and for a second, I swear he's fighting back the urge to smirk. And you intend to claim it just like that? Well, I did just die and come back as a yokai. I feel that entitles me to at least one complimentary perk. One? For now. I tap my chin, pretending to think. Tell you what, I'll earn it. Let me help you out at your inn. Sweep through hallways, clean the guest rooms, and look breathtaking while doing it. It'll be a fair trade. There was a beat of silence then. I have made a mistake. Wonderful, I'll take it. A long, slow exhale escapes him, but for a moment I think he might just walk right back into the river to escape this. Yes, I want to annoy him. Let me bully him. Instead, without another word, he simply turns on his heel and continues walking. I follow him with a grin on my face. The ryokan looms ahead, and I can see the wooden panels softened by time and lanterns hanging limp from the eaves. It isn't in ruin, but it looks like it wouldn't mind the excuse to be. This is not quite what I pictured. Not exactly welcome weary traveler, enjoy your stay, is it? No. I give him a sidelong glance. He says nothing, but his pace is steady. This isn't how it used to be, is it? It was. A neat little deflection, but I have lived long enough to recognize it. Ah, I see. So you expect me to believe this place was always this charming? I can practically hear the unspoken sigh before it leaves him. You're not going to let this go, are you? Not a chance. Wait, is that amusement I detect? And then at last we step inside. Oh. Not the good kind of oh, more like the, oh dear, what have I stumbled into? When you open a drawer and find an ancient benter that could double as an exorcism result. It's worse than I thought. Ryokan should be warm and inviting, but this place feels like it's waiting for someone to tell it it's over. This is a disaster. Yes. Wow, just like that, no attempt to sugarcoat it? Would you believe me if I tried? Fair point. What happened here? I lost the power to run it. You say that like you misplaced it under a cushion. Would have been easier if I had. Oh? Interesting. And how long has it been like this? Very long. That at least I believe. I should just walk away. This is not my problem nor my responsibility. But still. I know this feeling. I've lived this feeling. I know what this is like. You're far too tired of keeping this place, but you know it will die with you if you don't hold it together. His hands are unmoving, but his shoulders tremble, betraying him. Looks like I hit a nerve. Have you changed your mind then? About staying here? I blink. That wasn't what I'd planned to say, but looking at this place, I can't see an inn like this and walk away. Not when it still has bones strong enough to stand. No, I haven't changed my mind. I'm not just going to help out. I'm going to help you revitalize it. Because deep down, even after death, I'm still an Okami. Still someone who believes an inn like this deserves life. Help? Yes. Surely you haven't been left to your own devices for so long that you've forgotten what that means. I am aware of the concept, but I don't need it. Oh, I'm sure you don't, but that doesn't mean you should turn it down. People offer help, then they leave midway, or make it worse. So don't think of it as help then. Think of it as professional meddling. Persistent. And you're stubborn. He exhales slowly as though bracing himself. And what do you gain from this? A place to stay, obviously. You want to stay with me, even though we just met. He sounds more amused than betrayed. Yes, well, technically I just died, so I think I'm entitled to make a few impulsive decisions. Besides, it's either your creepy ryokan or I'm walking around until something with detachable jaws decides I look crunchy. And my gut says you're not the type to take advantage of a woman. I tilt my head slightly, watching for a twitch or any sign of protesting. Nothing. Just calm, tired silence. Besides, you need help, and I need purpose. Let's not complicate a mutually beneficial arrangement. And you assume you can do better in keeping this place than me? I know I can do better. His ears prick up as if I've genuinely surprised him. You claim experience, then? Dear, I used to walk barefoot through corridors, balancing ledgers, calming guests and yelling at staff. All before breakfast. I let the silence hang, watching him piece it together. You were an Okami in your past life. Ah, so you do listen. A dangerous skill, I know. Then tell me, Okami-sama, what would you do to improve it? For starters, get rid of the cobwebs before they start charging rent. There's dust on every surface, the lanterns are so dim I thought we were holding an exorcism. And I'm pretty sure I felt something evil whispering in that cupboard. I motioned toward the dust-covered reception table next. This looks alarmingly shoddy. Guests should feel welcomed and not like they're auditioning for a background role in a ghost story. I glanced towards the empty seating area, where the chairs look rather dusty and unkempt. My ears lower instinctively. The sight tugs at a quiet ache in my chest. This place was meant to be lively, and now it just sags. Back in my ryokan? Oh, what a time that was. The lanterns always glowed warmly, the sake never stopped flowing, and I knew the name of every guest who ever dared to flirt with me. I may have been alone behind the curtains, but the halls never were. Laughter, footsteps, whispers in the night. Sometimes scandalous, sometimes not. It was a home, noisy and beautiful and alive. Well, this is a shrine to silence. This whole place is a tragedy. And do you believe you can fix this? I know I can fix this. Arrogant. If you're as skilled as you claim... Yes, but you're welcome to test me. He studies me for a long moment, and I catch the precise moment he realizes he's going to lose this argument. Fine, but don't blame me when you fail. Ah, there's the answer I was hoping for. You will work here then. Naturally. And you will follow my rules. Define follow. The man just turns on his heel, expecting me to follow. This is going to be entertaining. Well then, now that you've sort of accepted my offer, I suppose I should at least know who my boss is. Shimon. And who exactly are you, Shimon? I'm one of the 4 mythical beasts. He answers with the casual indifference of someone commenting on the weather. I beg your pardon? The azure dragon, the vermilion bird, the white tiger, the black tortoise. I am the white tiger. As in, the white tiger? The very same. Slowly I let my gaze travel up and down, actually looking at him. This frail, wilting daikon radish is a man of a man as the legendary Byako? Huh. He watches me with quiet amusement. This man definitely knows what I'm thinking. And how, pray tell, does one of the 4 mythical beasts end up like this? That is not important. I think it's very important. You are free to think so. I exhale sharply through my nose. Fine. I'll let it go. For now. Fine. Let's start over then. I am Akine, former Okami of Ryokan Tsukikage in the human world. I ran my ryokan for decades. I know how to handle guests, manage staff, and maintain order. Do you now? A challenge? Oh, delightful. Dear, I once managed a summer festival, 3 weddings, and a pipe burst all in one day, while wearing a kimono with a busted hem. I practically breathe hospitality. I kept that place running on time, under budget, and with guests so happy they left gifts. Shimon doesn't answer before shaking his head sarcastically. Bold words for a wolf who drowned in a river. Excuse me? I was not the one who was fished out like a wet, shivering pup. I was just testing the current. How fortunate then that I arrived before your test reached its conclusion. Fine, he won this round. Welcome then to your new home. Well then, boss, shouldn't you be showing me around? Surely you have some idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. Perhaps. He moves with the grace of someone who refuses to acknowledge his own exhaustion. Naturally, I match his pace. If I wanted, I could glide ahead effortlessly. But there's something entertaining about watching him pretend he's not running on sheer willpower alone. Just as I'm considering how long he'll keep up the act, I catch sight of my reflection in the dusty mirror. Right. I'm still wearing his robe. It's scandalously slipping off one shoulder, draping around me in a way that could either be elegant or suggestive, depending on the lighting. My, and here I am, strolling through your home in nothing but your clothing. What would the spirit say? She once stops mid-step and turns to me. You require proper clothing. Do I? I think this look has a certain charm. A bit daring. Quite refined, actually. Stay here. Such a commanding tone. He doesn't dignify me with a response. Rude. And disappears down a hall, leaving me alone. I take the opportunity to glance around. What was this place like before, when it was alive? And why does he seem so reluctant to talk about it? Before I can dig too deeply into my own curiosity, Shimon returns, carrying a neatly folded kimono. The moment my fingers brush the fabric, I notice something immediately. It's well kept. There's a faint lingering scent, soft, floral, and distinctly not his. A woman's scent. Whose kimono is this? I'm nosy, of course I'm gonna ask. Oh, boss. Whose kimono did you just give me? He recoils slightly as if I just hit a nerve. It was the only one left available. Was it? Nothing but silence. Curious. The fabric is elegant and reserved with care. Not the kind of thing a man like him would keep out of convenience. Funny thing, though. The forgotten garment wouldn't be this well kept. Are you going to change, or do you prefer to stand here and test my patience? Oh, I love testing patience, but you already knew that. Huh. That's not a disagreement. Well, whoever this kimono belonged to, they mattered. A lover, perhaps? Thank you. This hallway leads to the guest rooms. How many are there? More than enough, but they are unused. Don't worry, boss. I have plenty of ideas to bring the life back to this place. I will reserve judgment. He strides ahead before I can retort. There's something familiar in this. Not the walls, but the rhythm. Walking the halls, checking rooms, holding it all together. I did this. For decades. I watch him just ahead, shoulders heavy in the way that I remember too well. Was he always this quiet? Or did the ryokan take his voice like it tried to take mine? This is one of the guest rooms. Oh? He slides the shoji door open with a smooth motion, revealing the room inside. Well, this one's not completely hopeless. What a relief. I was worried. His voice is as dry as the air in here, but I catch the subtle amused tone. Still, I wouldn't call it inviting. Feels more like the kind of room you give to a guest when you don't actually want them to stay. I swish my tail, stepping further inside. A little warmth, a little charm, and this place could be something special. I simply cannot wait. Alright, first order of business. Who's cleaning all this? That would be you. My dear, do you really think I'd fall for that? You are the Okami now. Yes, and a proper Okami delegates. Speaking of, where are all the staff? Surely you weren't running this place alone. No, there were others. Were? A soldier spirit who cooked. A broom that never stopped sweeping. A lazy river dweller who barely did anything unless bribed. When my strength faded, they withdrew. Yokai bound to a place need energy to remain. Without it, they slumber or disappear. So they've been asleep this whole time? Perhaps. Or waiting. I can no longer tell the difference. He says it like it doesn't hurt, but something in his voice tells me it does. His weight shifts. Something is off. Boss? His posture wavers. His balance falters, and before I know it, he collapses. Shimon? I move without thinking, catching him before he fully crumples to the floor. He's lighter than I expected. Surprisingly so. For someone built like a tragic mountain god, I thought I'd need divine intervention. Or at least a sturdy wheelbarrow. Well now, look who still has upper body strength. You overdid it, didn't you? Silence. I sigh, pressing my fingers lightly to his wrist, checking the pulse beneath his skin. Wait, do your guys even have a pulse? I'm alive. I smooth a stray lock of white hair away from his mask, brushing it carefully behind his ear. You really don't take care of yourself, huh? It looks like he might respond, but in the end, he doesn't. Lucky for you, dear. You've just hired the best Okami there is. He groans softly. I take that as acceptance. Now, where's your room? Unnecessary. Oh, so he's one of those. The quiet brooding types who wear their past like a second mask and dare you to ask what's underneath. Let me guess. You think you can sleep anywhere, don't you? Yes. No, absolutely not. If I let you, you'll curl up in some drafty hallway and waste away in your sleep. A proper ryokan master must have a proper room. He exhales. Aggressively. The nerve. Look, you can fight me on this, or you can just tell me where it is, and I'll let you sleep in peace. Your choice. End of the hall. Alright, boss, up we go. Shimon's room is unsurprising. It's organized, spotless even. But it is also the most lifeless space I've ever stepped into. This is the room of a man who has decided to live his life as an aesthetic exercise in suffering. I shift my grip again, still surprised I'm carrying him at all, to be honest, and lower him carefully onto the futon. The second he touched the mattress, his body fully gave in to the exhaustion. You know, most people keep something in their room. A trinket, a book maybe. Like anything that suggests they have feelings. Silence. Which is what I expected, but still. Look at the mask. He needs to be able to breathe properly. I reach out, fingers barely grazing the edge of his mask. But then his hand moves faster than I expect. A single swat to my wrist, enough to send a clear message. No. His breathing is heavy, but he's willing himself to stay alert now. Leave. Ah, spoil sport. I draw my hand back slowly, exhaling through my nose. Fine. I step back, watching as he settles into the futon. His body tense even as exhaustion pulls him under. Whatever that mask hides, he's not ready to let it go. Now that that's settled, this sad, exhausted excuse for a tiger clearly doesn't know how to take care of himself, let alone run an entire ryokan. I mean, look at him. Gorgeous, yes. Responsible? Questionable. He's lucky I'm here. Or maybe I'm the unlucky one. It depends on the lighting. This is my mission now. No guests, no staff. Dust thick enough to grow mushrooms in. Spirits loitering like they pay rent. Huh, not on my tatami. Alright. This place is a mess. Let's fix that. Ah! Eye sharp. Dust, cobwebs, gunks. Gunk? Not gunks. What's it? Gunk? Whatever doesn't belong is getting evicted. Interact with dirt, cobwebs, and evil spirits. I love that. Using the mouse left click until they are removed from the environment. This is a ryokan, gosh darn it, and it will start acting like one. Ooh, the environment will change once you've cleaned everything. Let's keep finding and clearing every nook and cranny. The more I clean, the lighter the air will feel. Oh, hello, Wookie. What you doing, my love? Hang on. I have a cat guest. Where are you going? What are you doing? Are you wanting a lap? Come on, then. Don't do a millie. Don't do a millie. No, thank you. Oh, good grief. What have you done? No. Okay. Apologies. Right above the guest book? That's just rude. No one wants to sign under a spider ambush. I think the wind is the only one dazzling in this ryokan, thanks to the suspicious yellow stains. Of course there will be blood. Because this inn didn't have enough horrific ambience already. Someone is still waiting here. But for what? Or who? Torn scroll. Either someone left in a hurry and accidentally torn it, or a fight broke out and this is the aftermath. The poor plant is trying its best, so the creepy crawlies have to go. Ah, yes. A cobweb to the face. More haunted manor than a ryokan, really. A little light would be nice, preferably the non-ominous kind. Here's the last one. Click. Ah. You know, if you're gonna lurk inside the cupboard, at least offer to help Dust. Oh, it's all nice and bright. Well. That's either caused by swamp gas or a creature lurking underneath the water. I don't want to deal with either. A pair of glowing eyes in a dark room. Fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted today. Just... no. Wookie Noodle, what you doing? Nature's reclaiming this place. I suppose I should reclaim it back. It's just the wind, right? Right? Not exactly the kind of soothing scenery I'd expect. Don't think about what caused this, just scrub it clean. Eyes are nice. I step back, surveying my work with no small amount of satisfaction. The dust? Gone. The cobwebs? Vanquished. The evil spirits are probably migrating somewhere else. Then I hear footsteps behind me. I turn just as Shimon enters and... oh, no. Why is he handsome? Why does he look like that after barely a nap? His skin has color again, his shoulders look broader. His jawline is more defined, and I bet I can use it to slice mochi. Can sleeping for a little bit change his appearance so drastically? Is that even allowed? My gaze absolutely betrays me. And of course he notices. I clear my throat so hard I might have dislodged my spine and immediately throw my hands toward the freshly cleaned lobby. Well, look who's up and walking. What do you think? It is... acceptable. Oh, I'm sorry, did I miss you? Because it sounded like you just undersold my miracle work. Everything is still standing. That is an improvement. A gasp pant to my chest like he just struck me with mortal wound. Everything is still standing. After all I've done, this is the level of praise I get. Would you prefer a ceremony? A festival in your honor? A small compliment wouldn't hurt. I will see if the spirits can play instruments. Did he just joke back? Did my ears trick me? Admit it, you're impressed. You did well. Wait. Say it again. No. Just once more, please, so I can cherish your compliment. I will say only this. It is nice to walk through a place that does not resemble an evil spirit's final resting place. Victory. I fold my arms triumphantly while he... well, I can't tell what his expression is under that mask, but I know that he approves. Perhaps it is time. Time? To reopen, start gathering power again. Then let's do it. I step forward, tilting my head, watching him closely. I'll make this ryokan shine again, boss. Just you watch. We will see. No, we will succeed. And this time, he doesn't argue. The ryokan creaks as if exhaling for the first time in years. The dust may have settled, but the real chaos? It's only just beginning. Ah! I like that a lot. That's cute. I like that. That was a very good demo. I like that. I love the artwork too.